Well, good morning. Today we are replacing the lead acid battery on a 2012 TW200 with a lithium battery. So I ordered this online from Amazon. It's a NOCO NLP5. Comes in some nice fancy packaging. First thing I noticed about the battery was how small it is, the physical dimensions, small and light. It only weighs 1.5 pounds. The other thing I noticed is it's only 2 amp hour. Now, I know 2 amp hour at 12 volts doesn't translate directly to 2 amp hour with lead acid, but I'm hoping it's enough. And so at any rate, it's got some plastic. I'm guessing those are spacers, so it fits in different bikes. It's got a hefty instruction book or manual, and the little tiny battery, and an Allen key, and some foam spacer. Okay, so battery access on this bike is super easy. It's just two 10mm bolts under the seat here and here, so you can bring a ratchet, or there's a tool kit in the side panel of these bikes that comes from the factory like that. And pop that off. Okay, there's the two 10mm bolts, and here's the old battery here. There's the old battery there, so that's a old unsealed lead acid. So I would imagine it's original to the bike. It's a 2012, so that battery's 12 years old and currently won't start the bike without a boost from my car. So it definitely needs replaced. So this is a low risk experiment since I need to replace the battery anyway. Okay, there's the old battery, super old school. You can compare it. The new battery is smaller, but it's not as much smaller as I was expecting. I think just one of the spacers underneath, and it should be pretty good. So it maybe is the right battery for this bike. That's a tiny lead acid. It says 7 amp hour versus 2, which is more like 4 with a lithium. So it's definitely a less powerful battery. So there we are there. Definitely some room for it to move around, but it came with those two spacers, and I'm guessing that's exactly what they were for, is to snug that up, because we don't want that moving around on a dual sport bike. All right, the foam spacers it came with didn't quite take up enough of the space, so I've crafted some foam spacers from a piece of pool noodle, and I'll fit in as many as I need to keep it from moving around in there. All right, that's what I've come up with for foam spacers, and it's maybe a little bit more thicker on that side, but that should hold it pretty good. Yeah, a thicker one here. Okay, so one thing I had to save off the old battery were these little brass risers to get the contacts to fit properly, and then I cleaned them up with a piece of sandpaper so there's good contact there. All right, and then the other thing I had to reuse were these 10mm machine screws. So it's nice that everything's 10mm on this bike, because it keeps things simple, because the toolkit has two 10mm in it, and then, well, 10mm everywhere, so that keeps things simple. So I had to reuse the risers and then these bolts as well. That should be it. That should be the battery installed. Okay, I think before I put the seat back on, I'm going to see if it'll start, because that's kind of the point of this whole exercise. So it's about 8 degrees Celsius, so it's fairly chilly, and the bike hasn't been run this morning. So if it starts, that's a good sign. Neutral light lights up. Started. No choke. Sounds like it could use some choke. Well, that's better than the old battery would do, so that's a win. We'll just see how long it lasts.